Having recently moved from Cape Town, South Africa to Hoofddorp in the Netherlands, I've begun what I'm calling a yarn tour in Europe, where better to begin my tour than the bustling, deeply historical streets of Amsterdam. I made my way literally right into the center, the heart of it all. And I found this adorable, beautiful, and vibrantly colorful boutique down one of the many gorgeous, gorgeous avenues I found in my little adventure. It immediately caught my eye with its unique name. My father-in-law's name is Stefan, and my grandmother's name is Penelope, so I was instantly drawn in. I really struggled to control myself with the insane selection of yarn and color, but I settled down with this warm, delicious chestnut fingering weight yarn. We also got a few skeins of this exquisite color they call sherbet. I'm inspired to make some pretty little t-shirts with my new stash. I'm thinking a top-down raglan style 1x2 rib knit for both of them, but opposite sides for each. I wanted to do a double knit collar, but I struggled with these stainless steel needles. The yarn is literally too silky soft. The initial row or two were just a little too frustrating, so I'm going to knit the collar in panel, that is flat, and I'll fold it when it's long enough. As always, this pattern is aimed to fit me, myself. I am a medium, so you'll need to adjust the measurements accordingly for yourself. But I'm using a 2.5 needle, and so far I've cast on 100 stitches here for the neck, and I'm knitting it in a 1x1 rib. I realized unfortunately late that I could have knitted this in the round, so please do that because this is a completely unnecessary step. Next, we are going to fold and join the panel to create a double knitted collar effect. We do this by picking up a stitch on the opposite side and knitting it together with the existing stitch as one. Once we have come all the way back around and the collar is fully connected and we have counted that we still have 100 stitches, we can now add our stitch markers in the following sections: 40 by 10 by 40 by 10. 10 being the arms and 40 being the front and back torso. And then when we arrive back at our first stitch marker, we can begin the raglan's increase, which is knitting the front and the back of the stitch on either side of the marker, effectively creating 2 new stitches. We will then go directly into the pattern, which is knit 1, pull 2, knit 1, pull 2. When you arrive at your increased stitches by the marker, you'll have to just gauge which stitch you'll be doing there. Is it a pull or is it a knit? Knit until the length of the increase reaches from the nape of your collarbone all the way down to a comfortable point in your armpit area. For me, this is 8 inches. For you, it could be a different measurement. And then from there, you are going to move your arm stitches over onto a spare set of needles or a stitch holder. I personally like to knit out the rest of that skein into the torso and then come back to the arms and finish them off. For this pattern, I have 96 stitches in the arms. I have picked up 3 extra stitches in the little nape, that gap in the armpit area, to continue the pattern. I then knitted the arms for 20 rows, and then I converted to a 1x1 rib knit for 7 rows, and then I cast it off. And don't forget to darn up that little gap in the armpit area. You can then go back to your torso and knit it out until you are satisfied with the length. You can now grab a stitch marker so that you can see where your row begins, because we're going to start with the waistband and it is important that you can tell where it is. You also want to make sure it starts in the side follow the line down from the armpit area so that the step isn't very obvious. And we're now going to convert to a 1x1 rib knit, and you're going to knit for anywhere between 15 and 20 rows. You can then cast off and darn up any loose ends, tidy up everything, and get your garment ready to wear. And she is all done. beautiful, the top down raglan 1x2 rib t-shirt in a fingering weight yarn from Stefan and Penelope. It is chestnut. It is from their bicycle collection, 100% merino wool. If you like it and you're in the Amsterdam area, please do pop in and check it out.